My name is Nano Nomaru. I'm a 25-year-old office worker. I don't have a family. Actually, it might be more accurate to say I used to have one. Everyone is still alive, but they're more like strangers to me. My blood-tied family is a family of 3, with my father, who works at a normal company, my stay-at-home mom, and my younger sister, Rena. However, my parents had always only shown affection towards my younger sister since we were very young. Because my younger sister was born with a weak body and needed more attention, they felt more affection towards her than me, who was a normal, healthy girl. However, even after my sister became healthier as she grew, the difference in attitude from my parents didn't change. Rather, it became worse as we got older. When I was a second year in high school, and my sister was a junior high school sophomore. Hey, Nano, what time are you coming home? Do you know what time it is right now? It's still 8 p.m., and I already told you that I have my part-time job today, right? You have club activities and work. If you keep being that busy, are you able to keep up with your studies? Don't worry about that. I showed you my results from last time, right? I got a B for my test and from my first choice school. You need to get an A, though. You're good at studies, so we need you to go to a national university. Please be more considerate about the family finances. Then why was Rena allowed to go to a private middle school? Well, she said she wanted to go there. We can't help it, right? And the reason being, she thought the uniform was cute. And she's not studying at all. Let her be. If we tire her too much, we don't know what will happen to her body again, right? So, is that frail-bodied princess at home eating chicken soup for her body? She's not home yet. She said she'll hang out with her friends tonight. Huh? Wait a minute. Did you contact her like you did me and tell her to come home quickly? Of course not. She'd hate it if I bother her while she's having fun. And you don't mind contacting me while I have work? So, I said I didn't know you had work today. I told you, didn't I? It's even on the calendar. You just don't care about me. Oh, that's not true. Firstly, why are you complaining that I, a high schooler, isn't home at 8 p.m.? And yet you're fine with Rena hanging out all night. She's still in junior high school. You know she was in the hospital for a long time, right? Now that she's healthy, we should let her do what she wants. You're talking about back when she was in first grade. Until when do you plan on letting her be selfish like that? Oh, jeez. How can you say such a thing? You're her older sister, right? Don't you have a heart? Not for this situation. If anything, because you and Dad keep treating her like she deserves everything, she's turned into a selfish monster. Don't you realize that? How could you say that about your sister? I don't remember raising you like that. Well, the result of you raising only Rena so preciously is me. I was still immature, and thinking back, I realized that I was throwing a tantrum because I wasn't loved like my sister. By the way, right after this, I got a message from my sister. Hey, you said something to Mom, didn't you? What? You're jealous? Lol. How hilarious. Lol. What are you, a middle schooler, doing at a time like this? We're just chilling at a family restaurant. You'll be taken into protective custody. An older friend of ours is here too, so we're fine. Lol. You really don't get sick of it, huh? Why would I get sick of my friends? Oh, you wouldn't know because you don't have friends. Lol. Of course I don't know. I won't become friends with such delinquents to begin with. That's what you call prejudice, ugly. That's why Mom leaves you out all the time. Lol. This has nothing to do with that. Angry. Lol. Well, you're forever in my shadow, so just leave the house already. LOL. Like mother, like daughter. Of course, the money Rena spent to hang out was provided by Mom. I believe more than a few $100s is used monthly just for that. And while I didn't get an allowance because I worked part-time, Lena was able to get as much as she wanted whenever she wanted. Definitely insane. Furthermore, because of family finance matters, I was told that I had no choice but to go to a national university. And yet Lena, who didn't study at all, was enrolled into a private middle school where anyone can get into. She doesn't get scolded for her terrible grades, and even when her teacher told Mom that her class attitude was terrible, Mom would snap back at him. And Mom doesn't scold her even though she hangs out with risky friends at night. My parents truly believe that Lena could do anything, as long as she's well and healthy, and I don't understand a bit of that logic. Still, I somehow passed the National University exam, and I continued my part-time job while going to university. However, one unforgivable incident occurred. Sorry, but Lena says she wants to try studying abroad. That'll cost a lot of money. You know we don't have much savings, so can you pay for your own school tuition?
Huh? Wait, you promised you'd pay for it because I got into a national university.
Well, the situation changed. Lena's high school is a private school too. And she says she wants to try home studying abroad. Of course we'd want to let her.
How about what I wanted? You rejected most of them because it'll cost money. And yet you let Lena do everything she wants.
You're her older sister, and you have a healthy body. I know you can do most things on your own, right? The tuition isn't that high at a national university, right?
I chose a national university because of the low tuition, not so that I can pay it on my own.
If you endure things a little, everything will go well for us. Isn't this how we've been doing things all this time? Don't be selfish. You're her older sister. Because you're her older sister. Don't think everything becomes okay just by saying that. Whatever. You mean to say all you need is Lena, right?
I didn't say that. Then make her give up studying abroad. Or make her go to a public school instead. And let her go abroad with the money you can save with that.
I can never. Oh, poor girl. She has her friends here too.
You're always like that. Lena's a poor girl if she has to give up something. And it's natural for me to endure everything. Whatever. I'm leaving the house.
Oh, you're going to live on your own? We don't have money for that.
I wasn't planning on relying on you. I'll do it with the money I saved up from my job. I'm gonna live on my own.
My, how reliable of you. We can't send you allowance money, but we'll support you from afar. Like this, I cut ties with my family. Just as I stated, I left the house and rented a cheap apartment near my university. I got a student scholarship and somehow made things work. Luckily, my grades were very good, and I was able to get a scholarship where I didn't have to pay back for it at all. That really helped. Of course, it wasn't an easy school life, but because of the hardships I went through then, I succeeded in job hunting and was able to get into a big corporation as an executive candidate. However, I didn't tell my parents, and of course not to my sister, about this. They didn't care to contact me and ask either. Then, 3 years after I graduated university, I was moved to the personnel department upon an aptitude test. I was mainly in charge of hiring new graduates, and I would make contact with many newly graduated students every year, and often heard out their worries and gave them advice. Then, I got a message from a certain someone that I almost forgot about. It's been a while. I heard you work at the personnel department of a huge corporation. Who did you hear that from? Oh, just a rumor. Why didn't you tell us? You wouldn't care, would you? Of course we would. So, what do you want? I have a little request. What? If you're at the personnel department, you're in charge of hiring workers, right? Can you arrange things to hire Lena there? Huh? No way. That was what you wanted? She dropped out of high school, and she's spending her days doing nothing. I feel sorry for her if we don't do anything.
That's her own fault. I have nothing to do with this.
You're her older sister, right? I told you I left the house because I didn't want to hear you say, "Because you're the older sister," anymore. I won't help her join the company, and I won't take care of her either. You guys do that on your own. How can you say such a cruel thing? Don't you care about her? I don't.
just the way you and Dad don't care about me. I don't have any interest. Nana, wait! I won't allow such selfishness!
Say whatever you want. I'm sorry, but I don't want to get involved with you anymore. The reason why she became like that is mainly you and Dad's fault, you know. Why don't you have Dad arrange things so she can get into his company? I don't know if that's possible, but...
Wait, Nano? Nano?
That was when I got a message from Rena as well.
Hey, I said I'll work for your company. Hurry up and do whatever it takes to get me into that company.
I refuse. Firstly, we only hire people with at least a high school diploma. You feel that already. So I'm telling you to do something about that. You work at the personnel department, right? Just because I work there doesn't mean I can do anything, you know. And if I recommend someone like you to the company, I would lose my trust too.
What did you say? You good-for-nothing ugly bitch!
What a surprisingly vulgar choice of words. Why don't you go find somewhere else that will hire you and your foul mouth? I don't know if you can write a resume, though.
Why would I have to do something so troublesome?
You're a grown-up now, right? Don't be a parasite to Mom and Dad forever. Grow up.
Whatever, you ugly bitch. Never come back home!
I never intend to. After that, Rena worked part-time at different places, such as restaurants and clothing stores, but couldn't continue working at one place for long. And then 1 year later, I saw in the news she got arrested. Apparently, she was a marriage scammer and tried to earn money that way. Furthermore, she was the lover of many married men and was demanded over $10,000 for compensation fees. Our parents somehow paid for the compensation fee, but because of Rena's spending spree, they lost all their savings and went into debt. They contacted me asking for money, but of course I just ignored them. Furthermore, my parents fell into depression after Rena got arrested and couldn't pay for their rent after Dad quit his job. Thus, they moved to a shaggy apartment. I'm sure Rena will be surprised to see how shaggy that place is after she gets released from prison. Seems they paid the price for letting Rena do whatever she wants. They're the ones to blame. I never want to get involved with them again.